Undefeated.
Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome to another episode, the final episode of the year of the Undefeated podcast.
All right. Had to do it, bro. I've got no choice. You know, them ones where it's been a good year. You know, like where you have to celebrate these things. Yeah. A lot's happened this year, bro. A lot has happened on this pod this year, fam. Felt smooth and everything, and you know what I mean. You've had your own situation with the contaminated samples and that. It's been mad, bro.
Yeah, well, actually, there is an update.
Step down.
Yeah. We've
talk to me, man.
Yeah. So I spoke to
Are you doing your take the tape first, or what's going on then?
I mean, it's the final app. We don't have to do the tail of the tape, do we? I mean, all right, let's do it.
I think we should, because you got an update, and I didn't know that there's.
What's your tail of the tape, bro?
Bro, well, you know, I've been battling, you know what I mean? I'm 0-0. Never fought, never lost. If I did, someone gets knocked out, it's definitely not me. But when we get into this tail of the tape, you know that I've had the mad cough. I've been battling, you know what I mean? I've had a battle outside the gym. I've had a battle with health. And I'm winning this battle. It's been heavy rounds, hard rounds. You know what I mean? This has been a 16-rounder. I didn't even know we did that anymore. Yeah? But,
wow. Even number rounds. I'm playing. That's always been the case. 12.
We got a 16-rounder, yeah. But what's deep about this situation is I feel the best I've ever felt in my life, bro. With these regular coughs, the six-pack that's coming through is crazy. I'm saying the court workout that my internal body's been doing is crazy. No one wants to see me. I don't want to go back to that gym because the power, the resistance, I'm stronger. I feel the best I've ever felt. So yeah, that's an update from me, man. Everyone watch out. I'm back in the gym soon.
All right, sick, bro.
Trav,
bro.
Take, bro.
2-0. You know what I'm saying? Perfect record.
You did
50% knockout rate. Yeah, I mean half the men that enter the ring with me, bro, they left on their back, bro.
Yeah.
Obviously, as people know, I've had an ongoing scandal with different organizations just regarding the stem cell treatment and whether or not that's clear enough. I'm pleased to say there is an update and I'm clear. That's it. That's behind me now, so we can move forward. You know, there is a lot of details, a lot of scientific details that don't really. I mean, it's not going to make for easy listening. So I'm just sparing the audience going into those details. Basically, the stem cell treatment has been ruled. It's now been added to the safe list.
Oh wow! So
yeah. So
you're just legit now.
I'm legit. So I'm just going to continue my stem cell treatment. We're just going to keep growing and pushing the human bodies as far as it allows it to go. So yeah, wings. I've got my wings back.
That's crazy. You know, I'm really proud, very proud. Boxing mystery.
Thank you,
bro. Let's get into this though, man.
We're at the final stage of the year, bro. Like, yeah, man. Christmas is on Sunday.
Yes.
And boxing is, by and large, like out of 10, what do you give boxing this year?
Oh, I'm gonna have to give boxing a 7. I'm gonna have to give it a 7. I have to give it a 7. Do you know? I was gonna go higher, but that Eubank thing was gonna just steal the year for me. It would have stolen the year. Like
it would have pushed it to a 10. It would have pushed it to a 10, 100%.
It would have been a 10 easy because I got AJ's. I got AJ defense. I got AJ fights. I got quite a few AJ fights. I got I saw Chocolatito. I got Canelo.
Bivol emerged.
Bivol. What else did I get that I was happy with?
Amir Khan, Kell Brook. There's a lot, bro.
Oh, I gotta put it up to like an 8.
Listen. I give it an 8, right? And the only thing that
Larissa. No, wait. Let's go up. Let's go
to 9. Let's go to 9. Boxing's really delivered.
Because that was a bad week for us, bro. That was a bad. All boxing was in the mud. We were an embarrassment. Then we didn't get AJ, bro. Why you can say the good stuff? We didn't get AJ Fury.
Yeah,
you gotta take it down to
8.5.
8.5.
Yeah. Because for me, I just feel like the only thing that we don't get in boxing, because whilst Conor Ben and Eubank didn't happen, and that was a proper letdown because of how dope that would have been.
Yeah.
We also don't know what that fight would have looked like. That fight could have started and Eubank Jr. just washed man in 2 rounds because the size.
Doesn't matter. And it was incredible.
Yeah, it's true. It would have been crazy.
It would have been incredible because he would have done that at 60%. But then even the other side of it, we didn't get Crawford versus Errol Spence as well.
So that's what I was gonna say. So Conor Benn and Eubank, nobody had that on their radar. So that was an unnecessary treat for that fight to get made because of the spectacle. But reality, where boxing didn't get full marks is the fact that the fights that we wanted didn't get any closer. Like we went into 2022 with the same wish list we're going into 2023 with. AJ Fury, AJ Wilder, Crawford Spence, Tank Garcia, or Tank with Haney. Any one of these men to meet. We just didn't get any of those. Whilst we did have a lot of great.
We had some surprises. We had some Cambosis winning, Teofimo Lopez becoming. There was a lot of stuff that happened.
But what was that one this year? Was it? That was because the Haney fights were both this year. Australia.
Cambosis captured the titles this year, didn't he?
Did he?
Check it.
No, you sure?
Check it, bro.
All right.
Art of War right now.
Interesting. Nah, bro, you're wrong, fam. That was the 27th of November. Last year. Yeah, I knew I wasn't chatting.
Oh man, my bad. Apologies.
Yeah. So yeah, bro. I mean, like by and large, boxing's delivered in it. Like I've enjoyed boxing this year, but I think as far as casual fans, I was having a conversation with Tony this week. As far as casual fans go, I don't think for them boxing's delivered because how many events do casuals get proper excited about that crossover? Not many. You see what I'm saying? Nothing quite like. And I saw an article from Ricky Hatton today when he said, whilst it's dope that the Usyk, whilst it's dope that Usyk and Fury are fighting, the fight that will get him gassed is AJ Wilder. And it's one of those things now where it's like
Ricky Hatton said.
Yeah, it's quite surprising. I was like, "Rah, did you fall out with Tyson or something?" Because you know Tyson's gonna go mad in one interview and just start chatting whack now.
Yeah, just rinsing him.
But like I heard it and I was thinking to myself, you know the ones you hear it, it's like, I mean, I've always felt like that. I feel like you have as well. Naturally, the fight that should happen is Fury Usyk. But AJ Wilder is gonna do an absolute madness, and I think we're at that point now where it's like, belts or not, bro, give me the fights.
You know what? I kind of want to see the Usyk and Fury one.
I want to see that. I want to see that.
Interest. Definitely has piqued my interest, and I kind of just want it to be done. I kind of want it to be done, and we crown Fury as the guy of the era, and he's done it. You know what I mean? And it's finished. I kind of want that, or just go away.
I think the only one who can get crowned in that fight, right, is Usyk. And the reason why I say that is because I think he retires afterwards. Whereas because Fury is likely to not retire, I think it's one of those things because reason why I'm like saying obviously you're gonna say, yeah, undisputed, yeah, he did a madness. He's the guy of the era right now. He's got all the belts. There's nothing to question on that. But my thing is because I don't think he's gonna retire, if he goes on, that can be undone. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, but he's done.
Okay. No. I'm saying in the moment, of course, we'll give him the crown. But I'm saying because he's likely to not retire, you don't sign off on it until he leaves.
But we don't know. That's the thing. So I believe that he will retire. I believe that he'll take the belt. He'll go away. He'll release them. He'll relinquish them or whatever. He'll retire in some scale of form. And then after, I
don't think he will. You know, the reason why I don't think he will, right? When I heard of him, when he talks now that AJ's been silent on the Fury conversations, Fury talking about AJ so much is not coming off the way it used to come off. Because before, it used to come off because, it's competitive. They're gonna go back and forth. He's getting into his head. Now it's just like, bro, you're not fighting him. You know, I believe the last attempt to fight him was a sham.
Yeah.
So for me now, I look at it and I'm like, you're not leaving without that fight. Otherwise, you would dismiss man as irrelevant. Because for me, I think I'm just looking at things through my own lens, right? Yeah. My thing is this. You've had them situations in school or whatnot where a man's chatting crazy. You're like, big man, you want to step outside and go. And he's moving crazy. So that's, bro, you're an idiot. And it's it's that one now. It's not that one for the.
I feel that thingy can't be. I feel like Fury's behavior can't be predicted. I think he's just like whatever Fury wakes up and feels that day, he goes with. And I just think if he captures the belts and he feels like he's got enough adulation from the public that he's loved now, like if he's winning BBC Personality of the Year, If he wins them kind of things there, I think that's all he's looking for right now. He needs to find this crew. He needs to find the people that think, I'm the greatest that's ever lived, and he'll be fine with that.
But then the problem is that's not. If anything, it's going the other way, because the more he talks, the more I see people in the thing say, "Oh, I'm getting sick of this guy." Like the energy around his name has changed. But AJ touched the button when he said, "AJ Fury's dad won't let him not fight me." That's gonna happen, and it's like Fury's dad has come back and shown him love as well. You see Fury, you two cut that out. You two cut that. That has irritated Tyson Fury, fam.
Yeah,
he's like, no, cut that nonsense out, bro.
Fury's dad said that them lot don't really have time for him though. So Fury's dad looks like he's not happy with his situation. He's talking about his sons not listening to him and this, that, and the other. So I think he's just feeling that dad stuff.
I hear it, but I promise you, he don't want his son to retire, one, without that money, and two, without that win. Because he's as much as Tyson Fury tries to shape it as if, I don't need AJ, he knows, them men all know that they need to fight that guy and close it.
Yeah.
When Lennox spoke about fighting Mike Tyson, Lennox knew that fight had to happen before I left this thing.
Yeah.
Because you lot are going to say whatever you want to say to the rest of the time. Now, as much as in the moment people are writing AJ off as this guy, all AJ does next, let's say this year plays out like this. Tyson Fury beats Usyk. Yeah? Boom. Now he wants to retire, leaves the sport. AJ fights whoever he fights next in his comeback fight. Then he beats Wilder. Everything is blown up again.
Well, I don't have
No, whether or not you think that happens, I'm giving you this. I'm giving you the.
If he does that, then
the picture changes.
Everything changes. The whole picture is different. But we have to do the hard thing about what you're saying is the work that is needed for AJ to do.
What I'm saying is that's why Fury should beat him. Because even if he beats him and then he beats if Fury beats AJ and then AJ goes on to beat Wilder, you just say, yeah, well, you're second place because Fury already beat you. So that's why I'm saying that's why you got to see, man. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the errors not being cleared up.
Yeah, I understand that. But what happens if AJ wins his next one, loses to Wilder? Would you have the expectation for him to beat him?
No, only on the fact the only thing that saves that fight is the fact that you're both British and you should have fought in the era. You should have just fought. That's the only conversation to have. But at the same time, if he's losing to Wilder and then he's losing, then you're like, well, realistically,
people that you can't beat, there's it's a waste of time. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. So, and AJ has a big say in this as well because you have to give him the reason to keep going. You always talk about people always talk about in football. They talk about the Lionel Messi, Ronaldo era and how they were keeping each other aiming for the highest things. Right? There's no one career can't exist without the other because they push each other. However, one is just gone in front. Now, if AJ does what he needs to do, it's gonna push Fury definitely, or he's gonna walk away from the sport. So we need AJ to play his part in terms of getting things together. One of my things, we want to talk about what we're hoping for next year. And the big thing for me is I just want to focus from Anthony Joshua. I want to focus from him that he finds whoever he wants to be his trainer. He finds that person that he's going to say, you know what, me and you for the next 2 to 3 years, let's go. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for him to be a contender in this thing. I think he's done a lot for boxing. It'll be a shame for it to end in this kind of manner, where it kind of just just out the side door. You know what I mean? When it's nah, bruv,
man talk on his name in the most
I don't like that. I think you need to announce himself again. That Rob, you know what I'm saying? When he was on that landlord thing, it's like, Rob, where's the keys, bro? Get back on that. Do you know what I'm saying? I want to see that. And another thing that I want to see, I would like to see Yard do it. I would like to see Yard do it.
On the Joshua thing, just before we move on, I really do think that he was moving in the right direction. The Usyk result didn't go his way, but he looked good in that fight. And this is the part that I'm like, I don't understand this narrative of he's washed up, he's this, he's that. Bro, you're in there with one of the greatest technicians, bro.
I don't think anyone's calling him washed up, though. I don't think people
call him bro. As in the narrative nowadays, that's what they're saying, bro. Man was talking about AJ like he's done, and it's stupid because I'm like, the performance that he had, the fact that he was really in there with Usyk competing, he fought a very different fight to any fight Joshua has had.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? I don't like the fact that band might shake up the Garcia, because it looked like it was going in the right direction. One more fight, one more camp with that setup.
Yes,
bro.
I agree.
Man, the separation continues. It's the top 3 guys, and then it's them, man.
I agree.
Like Joe Joyce wouldn't be is not in the combo for me. Like I hear it, but at the same time, I'm like, bro, nah.
Yeah.
So that's why it's just
Fury's got to see Joe Joyce though next year.
Someone has to see Joe Joyce. Fury or AJ.
Fury has to see him, because Joe Joyce will be, if he wins, if Fury wins, Joe Joyce is the mandatory, surely.
Yeah, I think so.
I'd
like to see AJ fight him as well.
Or Joe Joyce. I don't want to see him fight AJ if it's a time. I don't want to waste what. I don't feel like I'll be disappointed if this happens.
I would just like to see the talk. I'd like to see the talk get ended, bro, because I don't think Joe Joyce is chatting to AJ.
No, but I'd rather him, now he's earned his shot. I'd rather him get his shot, and then after, if AJ has to happen after that, whatever, fine. But if he's deserved this shot, I don't think he has to get, because he could lose to my man. And it's like, I've done all that hard work for what? You finally got yourself into the conversation. When they're talking about heavyweights, you deserve to have that night, and then after, once the target's on your back, and you got to deal with that in the way that every other champion's dealt with that. But I feel like he deserves.
I respect that. I respect that.
I'm saying have that shot. So these are the things. I just want chaos next year. I want to see Yard win it. It will be interesting to see Yard win it. That'll be cool. That'll be really cool. But then, just because I feel it shakes up the light heavyweight division, this is a division that we've cared about for the longest of time.
Yeah, I think it needs a proper shifting to gear now, man.
We've been talking about the potential of this division since the beginning of this pod, and this pod is years old, and still we've only had bouts versus Craig Richards in, you know what I mean, and
we're still talking about the same prospects of fights.
It's getting not like it's getting old, but it's like, come on, guys,
it's getting old. Let's not pull punches, bro. Like 3 years, 4 years coming up to on this pod, and we're still saying what Watsy and Yard would look like, and this one and that. And I'm like, yo. At some point, because
this has to kick off.
And the reason why, like, I get into it even more so is that we kind of come on these guys' journey in their late 20s.
Yeah.
So now we're at the point now where it's like, man, I'm starting to get up to those years of, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, let's get these fights done, because no one's gonna fall off on a loss. We're not gonna allow it. Do you know what I mean? Craig Richards 100%. For me didn't lose nothing in that fight with Watsy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the fights are still gonna happen. Lyndon Arthur and Dan Aziz, that's a fight I still want to see.
Yeah.
We just want to thrive in division.
It's nice to know where Dan's taking a different route as well. Funny enough,
taking a very traditional
he's taking a longer route. So you almost kind of have to not like remove him from the chat, but
I respect
he's getting a different way. So you're not gonna see him end up in these. He's literally getting like British, European, like I'm getting the proper route, like.
You know what the thing about him is, and what's good is that I think remember we spoke to Dan way early in the game, like that early interview. And, he told us he started boxing late. So I think the traditional route suits someone who's developing and learning their style as they go, because the Dan that we saw in Andre Sterling versus the type of fighter that Dan is now, that's because he's taking the slow steps, the slow, correct steps. There's no real soft touches. He's going in there with names. He's holding that British belt like, yo, come and get it off me then. No one.
Yeah.
So it's a gradual build. And it's one of those things where it's like, you compare, say, him to Yard and how they've done things on that side. It's very different.
Totally different.
Do you see what I'm saying? It's very different. And it's one of those things where, you trust their approach. And I think Yard's route hasn't been smooth, but I think it's balancing itself out at this point.
Yeah. I think I do believe, though, if Yard does pick up the belt, it will change everything, though. It will change your whole deal. So even though you have those plans and you have those, this is how I want to do it.
Yeah.
When your name gets thrown into that hat and they say, send him an offer, send him one. And then after it's like, all right, then, you know what I mean? I'm going to say yes. Like, while that was the plan before, it's like, if them offers come through, I have to look at that. Sometimes so again, like, you have to see it. Like, I want to see all of these lot. Craig Yard, Boatsy Yard. Do you know what I'm saying? I want to see all these fights again.
Callum Smith is in the chat.
I need to see all of these. Like these fights have to go up.
Boatsy Callum Smith is a fight that's easy to make. They're both on the same team.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, the fact is, we just want for Boatsy specifically, I want a busier year next year.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm not happy with the output. It's not enough. I don't know if he's dealing with injuries or something else that keeps him out from being a bit more active. But he's a fighter I'd just like to see more. Like, you know, obviously the Yard and Boatsy narrative has made me take Yard side in a lot of the conversations.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to pretend I don't like Boatsy's energy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mentality. When I talk about mentality,
no one cares what to say.
He does it. He does it. Do you know, when he's in there, there's a savage. It gives me Holyfield vibes.
It's a switch. Like, he switches and it's just like he can't help but scrap. So
I love the guy.
You ask yourself what that looks like against Yard, but again, we can't while we're doing all this stuff and hoping, and this is hopes by the way, but we do know that we're getting Bataviev, we do know we're up against. We do. We're talking about someone with 100% knockout rating. We're talking about someone that is literally not like the big man of the division, but he's dangerous.
Thing is, the fight is a gun show because he's 100%, but he's like 90, 95 or something like that. So it's not even like he's off. It's just not 100, but it's mad. This fight is not going points. This is a 5-round thing, max. These men are coming to spill their thing. They're going out big. So
you think it's a 5 round? Now I think it's not gonna. It won't take. Do you know what this fight?
Gun show.
I hate you. First round, feel each other out.
Man, not realizing,
First round, feel each other out. Second round, they got like. I think Batavia is gonna start trying to work the jab. He's not gonna rush it. I promise you.
I'm not saying he's gonna rush it. I'm saying the fight is going to start early. Like, the reason why I'm saying that, Yard is very clear on who he is now. So this is why I keep coming back to this conversation, on Yard, where I'm like, don't tell me about Kovalev. Don't show me Lyndon Arthur 1.
I almost listened to my shit.
This guy, that's outrageous.
You don't connect the back bit. Good.
Man. I was saying, don't tell me about Lyndon Arthur 1 in the Kovalev fight. Y'all don't look like that today. Yeah. Lyndon Arthur 2 is where we saw the switch. The fight we just saw, that was obviously a little kind of a nice touch before the Batavia fight. But the way he's fighting now, he hasn't fought like that before. Like, it's a seek and destroy out the gate mentality from Yard now. Whereas before, even with guys that you'd say, he's a soft touch or he's this and that, Yard would sometimes still kind of let him live a little bit. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like a slow bludgeoning. It's like, boom, single shot. And then eventually we get him out of here. But now it's like,
we haven't fought anyone with this level of quality. So
I hear it, but at the same time, let me land. At the same time, Yard with that lack of experience nearly knocked out Kovalev at that time. So I'm not going to pretend like he doesn't have that thing, even when he wasn't necessarily activating the right game plan. He still gets to man. Lyndon Arthur, final round, he still gets to these people, even with those things. Whereas now it's like it's seek and destroy straight to it. So the reason why I say it's a gun show, when these men get in there, Yard ain't going in there to try and jab and slip jabs and stay on the outside. He's coming forward to work.
I think everyone's got, as you know, that line about everyone's got a plan until you get punched in the face, isn't it? It's that same one that it still reigns true. I remember Savannah versus Clarissa.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, Savannah had a plan and it just couldn't be executed. So sometimes it's the level of opponent that says, if you get to have your way with me, while that's the only thing that I bring into this conversation, because while I respect Kovalev and I respect Lyndon, like, there's some other fights will ask you different questions. And have you got what it takes to answer those questions? Now, I want to believe in Yard's camp to believe, you know what, they're ready. They've turned over every stone and they'll have every answer for what you see on the night. But that's why it's interesting. I'm so excited, bro. We get to start the year like this. And when not only that, we have to talk about, what do you call it? Eubank.
Beefy.
Bro, This fight here, yeah, is
50% for this one.
This fight here is insane because again, stardom, like true stardom and a true A-side, you're the people's champion, yeah, is pending. All we need to do is see you fight and say, can we get behind this? If Eubank has a performance that says,
he could be the guy. He could be the guy at Sky Sports.
Like if he has a performance like a knockout or something that just says, oh my goodness, the public are behind it and the public are ready to rock. Are you understand? Because before there's been such a disconnect with him and the public, but I think the public have now said we're willing to accept this cheeky behavior, this KFC jacket, 50% tilting down. It's not really the British way. I'm saying, but somehow they've latched onto it and they said, you know what, we're behind it.
What it is, Eubank Senior has the Eubank name has a different tone on it. So these guys, they allow the Eubanks to do the madness because it's Eubanks, isn't it? So they get the grace where they're allowed to be cocky. They're allowed to be brash. They're allowed to be boastful. They're allowed to be all the things that British culture typically it despises. You know what I'm saying? So Eubank, take this thing and run with it, bro. Because if because there's no clear star at Sky Sports right now, boxer. There's no clear star. Do you know what I mean? Even in some days with the Matchroom era, you could say Hearn was sometimes the star of a particular event. He made sure to be on camera to keep this thing buzzing along. Whereas now it's like there's no clear star. Ben Shalom hasn't done that as a promoter in this thing. Let's be clear.
He hasn't chosen. He hasn't put the.
He hasn't tried to.
He can't. He doesn't know who it's going to be. And right now, you set the pack. You let everyone chase in the pack, and then someone will emerge.
That's what I'm saying. And I think Eubank Jr. right now is set up to be the face of Sky Sports.
It's a take, but again, listen, the challenge that he has.
I think Junior beats him. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know Liam Smith is he's not a soft boy in his thing, and I'm not trying to downplay, man.
You know, he's reinvigorated. He has his eye on him. He's wanted this fight for a minute. There's enough there that even that Scouse pride, bro. There's a lot going, bro. There's a lot going on. It's like it's not. He ain't lying down. This is no easy touch. This is gonna be. You have to fight. You have to beat me. War. This is war.
You forget the psycho that Eubank Jr. is. Do you remember what he did to Liam Williams? Was Liam Williams? Yeah, Liam Williams in Wales. The brother was in Wales, taunting and beating him up and dancing on the ropes. And bro, the guy is a mad guy. Don't think that he's gonna get to Liverpool and feel small. No, Eubank Jr. in his mind. He is every single great fighter in one body. His mindset doesn't allow him to think that there's a possibility that even when he is losing, that I'm losing. That hasn't come to his head. Are you crazy? He's gonna be in there, cocky as if he's at home. Trust me, Liverpool is going to be booing until they start cheering because that's how crazy it's gonna get in there.
Trav, I want to say to you that I want to say this is it's different from the Welsh thing, and he offered something else.
A 4-hour drive on the motorway versus being in the next, technically in the next country. Bro, the guy is a mad guy. don't think that he's about to go there and feel small.
I know he's not going to feel small, but I'm just saying the challenge that someone else is going to bring to you. While Williams had the country on his back, and he didn't deliver the way he needed to. And remember, there was them knockdowns from the jab. I swear it's in the jab knockdowns. Yeah, it was mad. It was mad. This ain't happening. Them jab knockdowns, unless he's perfected that and he's got the superpower in that jab now. Wow. But I know Beefy's not getting down like that. No chance in hell. So it's gonna be more competitive. It's gonna be exciting fight. I can't believe, and this is Jan, bro. We get this like
weeks away.
Weeks away.
It's beautiful.
I can't believe it.
I'm very excited. But so obviously Tyson Fury and Usyk, that fight is due to come next. And Frank Warren has revealed that the price of this fight is about to be higher than the price they paid for the Chisora thing.
How dare you don't do that? I remember they were talking about austerity and caring about the public, this, that, and the other. And the way Mr. Warren and them man over there have said, I remember the day when Fury told us that he'd only want to fight for money and it should be free to air and stuff. We've gone from free to air, to the most expensive in British history. I think it said this is what it is. Wait, hold on, it's not even
You're
that.
an absolute disgrace. You're
100%.
It's a disgrace.
100%. This is why, yeah. I'm not even gonna turn this into a convo that we've had before on my man. But when I say to you, the guy ain't who he says he is, you gotta watch people by their works, not by the stuff they say. Because the way he tries to frame stuff is like, yo, you know, I want to keep it here British. I want to keep it da. Bro, you're charging these people in this financial climate the most they've ever paid for a boxing match. And the reason why is because the pay-per-view numbers, they don't climb. So the numbers that's why they don't ever get released. So the numbers are what they are. So it's like, rather than try to get more buys, now we're just going to charge more for the buys that do come.
Yeah. So we're not gonna make the money. We're not gonna make the money. That's what it comes down to. Like, we can't make the funds, and everyone needs to get paid. It's a shame. You know what I mean? It's like,
I genuinely think,
dunes, do you reckon it's gonna feel? Do you reckon if it happens in the dunes, they'll still charge that same expensive price? Or
the fact is, if the dunes was available, they'd go straight to the dunes. So that would say that the fact that they're talking like this says that, okay, maybe it's not available. We'll see. At the end of the day, nobody knows for sure. But for me, it's like, I feel like fighters, rather than pretend that money is there, like that they're doing they're doing that well. If men were coming out and saying, listen, you know, this fight, whatever, charged at this, they get more, they probably make more money if they were to accurately do things. You know what I'm trying to say? Rather than pretend, because what we're seeing in boxing now is the bubble is bursting for a few different people publicly and some people behind the scenes. Yeah, like certain promoters are flirting with the idea of walking away from boxing. Do you know what I mean? The PBC situation. There's a lot of stuff where it's like, okay, it's been smoke and mirrors for a minute. Is there money? Is the money that you're saying is there? Is it actually there?
That's right.
Because it feels like by your behavior that it's not. Because you know, a lot of people are now saying, "Oh yeah, Frank's on top. Fury's now the money man." Where is this base? Where is this money coming from?
I think
endlessly.
You raise a good question, a good scenario, and I think something that boxing can help itself in terms of the fighters need to start being a bit more honest with the deals and what they're getting, because then you can have a real look at how things are looking all the way around. How much money are you making in these fights? And do we need to say that? Because then now, I think we'll get more fights if the honesty comes in. People are thinking someone's getting 20 million or something per fight. He's not getting that. He's not even getting close to that. So then after, everyone has a realistic, and then more fights get made. Because if I know that, like, I can't make it out in one go, I might fight 3 to 4 times a year just to make sure I make a certain amount of money. But then it keeps boxing going, it keeps it more exciting, and it keeps more eyes on the sport. The problem is, it's like people are fighting once, twice a year, and you don't even have the character. You don't have enough in you that makes me say, I'm gonna buy that.
That's right.
Once or twice a year. Because I don't know you. I don't care about your journey like that. It's that I haven't seen enough of you for it to work. Like, and even in interviews, while I respect like interviews and stuff, it's not enough. And if you only talk to me when you have a fight, then it's pointless, because it's like, I ain't seen you for a minute. Now you're gonna talk to me I'm gonna hear from you twice in the 6 weeks, build up to your fight, and then you're gone again. Well, why should I now part with? Because we're seconds away from getting into these American prices where you start to say £50, £60. For what, bro? I ain't paying for that.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. Then I'm just gonna wait for it to be available, bro. Because surely this isn't the way.
Nah, I hear you 100%, and that's why it's frustrating, because you get to still have the narrative of being the man of the people, whilst this price goes up, and it starts to feel less about the people and more about trying to reach a certain bank balance. Because I know these men.
That's Frank, though. I do think that's Frank, and
I don't put that on entirely on Tyson. I just know
I don't think you can put that on the fighter.
He's the mouthpiece. No, I don't put it on. I don't put it totally on him, but he's involved. Do you see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, there's a figure that needs to get hit that I don't think is getting hit. Yeah, because the numbers don't add up.
Numbers are not numbering right now.
Because if you look at the balance that my man is allegedly getting paid versus the pay-per-view buys, and it's like, yo, combine that and the ticket sales and that, it's like, yo, hold on a second. You men are really just working to pay my man. You mean everyone in this thing is happy to just not see a profit? No one is doing business like that, bro.
Well,
no one.
ESPN, Bob Aaron and them, man, they're like quite concerned because you've put themselves in a situation where they're giving Tyson Fury a lot of money and they have to get their money back and they haven't made it. And the problem is they thought, remember the whole thoughts of this thing was we fight Wilder, we fight AJ. That was the plan, and you would have made all the money you need to make from those two different fights. It hasn't gone that way. We messed around, we stalled with this deal, and it's affected things. And even when AJ loses, it does affect it affects everyone. So like AJ going out, and before when he signed the deal, Ruiz weren't even, I don't know if the Ruiz thing happened yet or not, but then AJ was still the guaranteed champion. Now you have a situation where the belts are moved like bare times and you haven't fought him, and you can't make, there's potential issues of, can you even fight in the country still? What's going on there?
Oh, America, yeah.
Can you even fight in America, which now takes away Vegas? It's hard.
No, I hear you. And that's the part where I look at it and think to myself, this is how I, like, you go to money, like big guys that have big money, millionaires. Go and try and ask that guy to lend you £20. Those people are very smart with their money. He's not gonna do that, bro. Unless there's an absolute viable thing, or you've caught him on a charity mode. Hold that. People don't just give away money. So that's why I'm looking at the thing and saying, if the numbers are not adding up, that business is not going ahead and looking how they're presenting. And it's not just a Tyson Fury thing. This is an everybody thing. Yeah. Crawford, when he tried to expose the Errol Spence negotiations, you look at BOK Prime, that just popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah,
what's propping that up? It looks crazy. The landscape of boxing financially is not as it is presented.
Yeah.
And that's why you look at certain behaviors and you say, okay, cool. You up in the pay-per-view price, you don't reveal the numbers. That says to me there's a problem over there on the numbers front. You look at any situation, otherwise, this guy's asking for this money. The promoter say you're not really worth that. And he say, no, I am worth that. It's like, well, based on what? You can't prove it. The game is very Bitcoiny right now.
It's skewed, and again, boxing.
That's why there's when I can't remember who said it, but there's probably like 4 or 5 real money fighters in boxing.
Canelo Alvarez,
AJ.
I
say Ryan Garcia probably will be close if he has a couple big fights. Tank, there's talk of Tank being a big money guy. I think Tank probably does okay. Who else, bro? Who else is the money guy, like specifically money? I don't want to hear nothing about the guy's resume or not. I'm talking cash. It's not.
They come out for you.
Yeah, this is what I'm like. Who else is here?
Pacquiao's returned.
Nah, that return didn't return like that, bro.
No, I'm saying his return can he bring the bums on seats in terms of, because Mayweather puts bums on seats, but I'm talking about, are you gonna pay for it? But because Mayweather's had all these kind of like thingy fights, it's not the same anymore.
The exhibition thing
is worn off.
But Pacquiao's talking about coming back to fight Spence and Crawford and them, man. Like, so he's actually looking to.
That's money though. That's what I'm saying. Pacquiao he's a money fight.
Again, I think Crawford will fight him. Spencer already said he probably wouldn't, but I think Crawford would be the one to put the nail in the coffin.
It makes sense. It does make sense. I think, and that's money. I'm paying the money and that's what I'm saying. You got to say to yourself, who you want to pay to watch? Who you parting with your physical money to watch, even in spite of whatever.
Spence does well. I think it's one of those things where some fighters will individually be the money guy, as in whoever I fight, I'm the money man, versus put me in with this person and we've got a money fight.
Yeah.
Crawford and Spence is that for me. Well, even though Spence does better numbers, when you put them two together, now we're talking numbers. Like, it's about to go off, I believe.
Yeah.
AJ Fury, that would be absolute.
It's insane.
Madness money-wise. AJ Wilder, absolute madness money-wise. I think Garcia, let's say he beats Tank. Garcia becomes a money man.
Yeah, he could become the money man of the division. He could be.
Hell yeah.
Be. But if Tank does it, whoever wins that one,
they could be money for
they become the main person in that division. And again, they get into that whole, they built up these fights racially as well.
Yeah.
In America. So they'll get into that bag heavy, and it will capture it will capture into just the hearts of that American audience. You know what I mean? So again, there's such a space, and even there's interest when this. Garcia was on Hot Boxing talking with Tyson about fighting my man. So you see like there's interest. It's peaked interest. Who's gonna take it? Who's gonna be the man? Again, that fight comes next year. I'm excited about that. I hope it happens.
Lawrence Okoli, his next fight is on Boxer.
He's got to do his business because Riakpor's on Boxer as well, I swear.
And Riakpor's fighting Glowacki.
Ain't that Lawrence Okoli's? Lawrence
his old opponent, the guy he got the belt from, I believe. So yeah, bro, it's looking very interesting. That Riakpor Okoli journey they're on a clash course to each other.
Oh, they're gonna meet each other. So they're due to meet each other, and this is what I'm saying. When what thing he's doing with Boxer is Ben Shalom is just saying he's just capturing it's like Pokemon, fam. He's just getting all the man them together and saying, "Whoa, do you want to do it?" You know what I mean? It gets to that stage where it's like, and we can't avoid it. But I like that. I think because then someone has to announce himself as the main guy. You know what I mean? At some point, because Boxer ain't got enough fighters to let these guys avoid each other. No way. Yeah. You know what I mean? But then the other thing is, then you do say to yourself though, if they put out the bag on Lawrence Okoli, then he has to be first. You know what I mean? So while I get he's the champion and stuff, but then do you really want your prospect? Because Riakpor's, they spent quite a bit of time in terms of building Riakpor's. You can see he's done a lot on the Boxer thing, and he's got that mad power. There's the thing that Riakpor's has as well. So it's like
them two fighting is
interesting. It'll be interesting if you put them in together.
It's the cruiserweight AJ Wilder. Obviously, profile-wise, this is a long way to go, but at the same time, it's a gun show. It's also what I mean. Them men they're both big boy hitters.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
As if anyone could get sparked in that
Anyone could go down. You want to say to yourself that, you want to tell yourself that Okoli has more. You have to say that, just in terms of he's had the bigger nights, but that power that Riakpor has, is mad. Like it's I'll never get over the Simba crawl, fam. You see the Lion King crawl? At that, bro.
It was mad still.
It was mad, and it was your reaction to it as well. See the power.
Shit.
Bro.
You know what upset me the most is because it's like I felt like on the cards, Juma was beating my man on the points.
Yeah.
Oh, for flip's sake.
The power, bro. The power gets involved and it says, this is how this fight's going. I'm really interested to see how that one goes. Riakpor versus Okoli.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, bro. It's gonna be interesting. We had the awards on Monday Night Smoke. So you know what I'm saying, we've got Bivol, got Fighter of the Year. The knockout of the year was Joe Cordina. That right hand for me, boy, that's just
from nowhere. It was from nowhere.
And it's the fact that guys are fresh fighters still in the fight. Shut it off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. AJ got cringe moment of the year.
Oh yeah. That
I'm heavy.
Yeah.
Oh,
it looked like Jack Moss. I was like, okay, I get it.
Yeah. That was crazy.
We didn't do female fighter of the year, and I think we should walk that back. Like just between us. I think the two ones that we didn't do was female fighter of the year and promoter of the year. So I think female fighter of the year for me. If we do female fight, we do female fight of the year as well. Yeah, so female fighter and their fight. So for me, for the fight, I got Taylor Serrano in that one, only because of how end to end it was. Yeah, whereas if there was a category for like smoking, Clarissa Shields smoked Savannah, bro. Like she came out and it was round after round after round of her being on the front foot when she ain't a front foot fighter. For me,
I'll go Clarissa on both of them, just because while Taylor Serrano was incredible, you gotta understand what Clarissa's done. What Clarissa's done, she came in the big whip. Was it in a Rolls Royce?
The dancing.
She had
the intro.
Danced in the intro. She just done, bro. What she's done for women's boxing, can never be like undermined. Like
100%. But
those characters have not existed in this thing, and they hate. There's a section of fans that hate her and hate the fact that she got to do that. But right? This is the thing. You need that. She's a pantomime villain.
No, she's my fighter of the year, female fighter of the year. But as far as the fight, because of how much she dominated, Marshall, like I feel like because that Taylor Serrano fight was so close, there was a lot of moments where you just didn't know who was gonna win. Whereas with Shields, from round 3-4, I'm like, oh no, you better than her. You're way better.
While I understand that, it's like because I still see Savannah as a big opponent. I see her. She had her way. It's because of her greatness. It's because of Shields' greatness. So even if it wasn't equal,
you know
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's had her way with someone that's a good fighter. It's not like she wasn't, what do you call it? No, this woman beats people up. Savannah beats people up, bro. Savannah she does what she needs to do. She knocks them out. She does what she needs to do. From the build up, they're upset. What made it so unfortunate is that whatever the Queen incident happens because, bro, the build up was perfect. Them two talk on the apron. They've done everything. They need to do as two competitors to build up this fight, and the fight was what it needed to be. Yeah. She come in and she humbled her, bro. Do you know what it says? She's better than she's the GOAT. When you involuntarily say that, I didn't want to say that because I'm going to sign the rematch clause. But I've already called it a GOAT. What am I signing?
No, that's real.
He guesses the GOAT. Imagine that. Bro, when you take someone's spirit the way she did, and in that fashion, because let's say it didn't work. Let's say Clarissa Shields didn't work. They would have rinsed her. They would have rinsed her. All the hype, everything she's done. Bro, you can't talk to her. Bro, fight of the year. That's it.
You won. You won. I respect it.
She's done it, bro. Now imagine talent. I'm looking at Caroline saying, "Yo, women's boxing, Baumgartner as well." Like,
the thing is, Baumgartner. I mean, she's had a
Michaela Mayer as well. I want to see that again. You know?
Same. I feel like it might happen again. Still, the beef between them is not over. Do you see what she did at the fight? She went over to her, gave her a card. She gave her a card, bro.
Bro, that thing there, that beef is.
I could watch that. I could watch that 2 more times.
Yeah, I could, easy. And I don't feel
it needs to headline as well. I don't want to. I love. I mean that as far as the night of boxing, that too as a double header was everything. Everything I could have needed, bro. And I love the fact that all women on the undercard. For me, that was the female night of the year. If there is an award.
Yeah. That was incredible, bro. Even the fact Michaela Mayer just Baumgartner really gets under her skin, you know.
It's the bro. The hate is
so real. But the hate is for both sides. Stop smiling at me. Don't smile. Why are you smiling, bro?
It's toxic. The hate is like put them in the same room together, and it's gonna go on. It's like why you took
without a contract being signed, they'll fight.
They're literally they're Ben Eubank.
Yeah. It's going off.
It's so palpable between them. When they're together, they can't be cool. You know when someone says, "All right, guys, we're on TV. It's daytime TV. Please control your language." No.
Let us see it again.
And it's mad because that fight interests me more going forward rather than Marshall's activated a rematch clause for Shields. And I'm like, I think the fight is worse this time. I don't think you can't get in the.
No, Ben Shalom. I just heard from Boxer.
He said it's not next.
He said, he said 2 fights in front of it. That guy don't want to see her.
That's what I'm
saying. He ain't trying to see her, bro. He said, yeah, you signed that. We're not interested in getting down that route.
But this is the thing, though, because for me, you get in there with fighters like Shields, and now I'm going to say fighters like Shields and Mayweather. You have the first fight to beat them. Furthermore, you got the first 4 rounds to do that. If you don't have it done by then, it's not happening. The second fight is going to be worse. It's going to be worse because she knows her now. She knows her well. And she says in the middle round, she goes, I got hit with a shot and couldn't see properly. She goes, the power's real, which Savannah. I got hit with a shot, couldn't see. That's why I was quite happy to chill. Bro, suppose that shot don't land again in the second fight. It's going to be a wash. So for me, I'm like, I'm not really trying to see that again because I want Savannah's career to kind of continue. But 2 losses back to back, I don't know how
she'll come out. She'll be fine.
No, but who else is there to fight? There's not much there. You're gonna have to come around and see her again.
The women's division isn't stacked like that. So I get the build that back up, and then see what happens. I get what Ben Shalom's trying to do, which actually gives us a nice little segue into promoter of the year. Actually,
promoter of the year, bro.
Promoter of the year. Now we got to look at this thing proper. We got to say to yourselves, when it comes to purse bids, mate, there's been one guy that's been out front. He's been doing what he's needed to do. He's putting on yes. He's been giving us. We got he's starting the year fantastically. He's starting the year with Yard versus Bataviev. Yep. He's giving us a lot of stadiums as well. Taking Fury. He's done a couple big Fury fights. Yeah, we've seen them. We've seen them a lot. We've seen these opponents many a times. Yeah, he could be in the conversation. Big Frank could be in the. I'm just saying. I just want to say he could be in the conversation.
All right. So, AJ Usyk 2.
Yeah,
that was probably the highest pay-per-view thing this year. You got Canelo Bivol. You got Canelo Triple G, the third one. Katie Taylor Serrano. Estrado Chocolatito 3. Wood Condon.
All right, cool.
bro, the thing is, if we take our personal feelings in the game, right? Because everybody has this thing. A lot of people have this thing for Hearn at the moment, yeah? You take Hearn away from the brand and just say it's just Matchroom. Matchroom didn't lose to one single promotional company, bro. They didn't. Let's be clear. But people want the Eddie Hearn narrative because the Conor Benn thing. Yeah, it ended on a sour note, but it didn't end in defeat. It's just one of the ones where the winner looked bad because of that moment there. It's like when you're watching your team and your favorite player does a crazy dirty tackle, and it's like he scored the hat trick. But he's absolutely injured, my man. Donny's on the thing, he's got the yellow, he's complaining heavy, and you're like, yeah, he didn't. That looked bad still. But you still won. You scored a hat trick. You still won the game, though. That's all this is. That's all this is.
I'm trying to look at what we got. This year we had from. So I'm looking at Queensbury.
Yeah.
We gave us Fury Chisora, Parker Ryder, Bentley Morrison. Joyce Parker, that wasn't bad.
That was dope. That was a good night. That was a really good night.
Parker wasn't bad.
I'll add that one to the Frank Warren resume because that was a really good night.
What are you saying with Fury versus White?
I mean, as far as the fight, yeah, you got the win. I think the undercard was really shocking. For pay-per-view, it just felt like a smash and grab, and Dillian White not performing great just made it whatever. But at the same time, it was in a stadium. You know what I'm saying? So you can give him that one.
Yeah, no, you can't. You know what? There's nothing there still. It's not what I'm
saying. So
I tried to go for it.
Eddie Hearn's promoted the year pretty smoothly, to be fair.
Yes, it's a casual win as well.
And that's why when you hear the talk of the zones doing horribly, it's horrible, but being out in front like this,
I'll take it.
It's a bit mad. it's a bit mad still.
Yeah.
But, is what it is.
Yeah, you can't even, bro. I'm trying my best, but yeah, these fights they're not even percolating. I'm looking at these names and I'm like, yeah, right. There's not enough, Davey. Nah, there's not enough. Oh well, I tried, bro. I tried to talk to Mr. Perspid, but
the upset of the year that was clearly Bivol and Canelo. Do you agree with that? Huh? Yeah, because as much as it was a climb to the light heavy campaign, it was still come on, it's Canelo. He's gonna do it. You know what I mean? He was clearly the favorite in that fight.
Yeah.
Bivol just wrote the script differently, boy. He wrote the script so differently. He made himself a real brand this year.
He made himself a full brand. He made himself again.
That win over that big Zerdo Don, bro. I'm looking at Bivol now and I'm thinking, I don't know who beats you.
I've got my eye on Caleb, I want to see what he does next. I want to see what he does next year. I just got my eye on him. I'm not saying he's going to be in the.
Okay.
I'm just it's just something
he's got Benavidez. He's got Benavidez.
Yeah, I've just got my eye on him. I just think for some strange reason, I just think he's got more to do. I just think he's got more. I think there's still a lot left in the tank there. and he's just a fighter that is interesting me at the moment. You know, like he did decent against. He tried his best against Canelo, and just talent rose to the top. But there's a lot there in that fighter, so I just want to see what he does with his career. So is there a fighter that you got your eye on? Like, well, I wonder what you're gonna do next. Like,
I want more from the Charlos, both of them next year. I want more. Like, there needs to be more. Like, I feel like there's a level that
signed to, though. Who they signed to? Because I feel like that's the reason why we don't see them the way we're meant to see them.
But I feel like they're just teetering at that level of like knocking on the door of like the big name territory. I'm like, yo, those two guys, they're a big shake of 154, 160. So it'd be really nice to see a bit more activity from them, a bit more noise. I want to see Stephen Fulton and Inui next year at some point. That's gonna be a hell of a fight, bro. That's gonna be listen. I'd love to see the banger versus the slick guy. It's just gonna be amazing. AJ Fury.
Naya is different.
I know.
Naya is different. Stephen, big up to him, but Naya is different, fam. Yeah, listen, go on.
I would like to see AJ Fury or AJ Wilder next year at some point. Either one of those. If I get one of those next year, I'll be pretty content.
I bet you don't get none of them.
I probably won't. I'd like to see Joyce get his title shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. The Jacka, bro.
Telling you, Crawford Spence. There's a lot to look forward to, but it's just a case of whether or not boxing is going to do what boxing does. I feel like women's boxing, if it continues the way it goes, because you could be Baumgardner and Mayer twice next year, female boxing is up there. Sparring.
Running it. Because I'll be happy with that. Again, listen now, but we have to big people up because the year's ending. I just want to say a special shout out to Base Tony October. You know what I mean? Base and Tony, especially because, you know what I mean, them not doing, man. You know what I'm saying? Just taking the time out and joining the team, and you know what I mean? Like,
for real.
And it's the boxing that the real serious boxing man care about, like, you know, like the proper man them that like to break down these rounds.
Telling you, Base and Tony, the combination, because obviously Tony's fought before. Tony's got that proper experience. You know what I mean? So Base is he's a wizard in this thing. So I love it.
It's been incredible. So a special shout out to them guys, just in terms of supporting, helping out the team, and October jumping every time when we're not here and stuff. Like,
much appreciated.
Like really appreciate that. And then after, I just want to say to all the great defeaters, man, you lot are like, you lot incredible.
So much.
You lot like make it, even when we're not feeling well or whatever we're going through. We always want to be here because it's you lot, innit? Like 100%. Mondays are lit. Like, I know what I'm doing every Monday. You know what I mean? And it's like special shout out to you, everyone that checks in. With the channel's growing, the channel's still growing, and it's like it's steady. You know what I mean? We're having that growth.
We're having a real, like, on a real one. This year's been a very busy year in terms of career-wise for us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of the stuff we wanted to be back in the studio way sooner, but logistically with the projects we've been working on away from this, do you know what I'm saying? I've got some stuff coming out on TV that you guys are going to see, and the announcements are coming. Do you know what I'm saying? I know you sitting on announcements as well, bro. So it's like, that's what we've had going on this year. Do you know what I mean? But next year, we're looking to be back in the studio. Do you know what I mean? There's so much more coming, I want to say right now.
Yeah. But we just got to do the work. We got to do the work.
We just got to do it and show you. That's it.
You know what I mean? Show and tell. But again, you lot made it easier to make these things happen. I appreciate every time you lot make a donation. I appreciate that too. I hope you guys have a super Christmas. I hope you enjoy it. Whatever you're doing, just have the best time, man. And just remember, we're here in it. We're living, we're breathing. So that's got to be something to celebrate. Just what I'm saying. So, yeah, man. Bro, you got married this year, fam.
Fam, it's been a crazy one.
You know, this year, this is mad. This is, bro. Imagine you're getting married and Tyson Fury's fighting. You see the gods? Yeah, they said no.
They knew that the watch along could not happen. They knew the watch along could not happen with me there, and that night specifically taking place. Insane, bro. It's mad. It's mad. I haven't even been on my honeymoon yet. That's how crazy this year's been, bro.
Oh yeah, you haven't.
There's been no time.
We're booking it though. Like you're going somewhere.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely happening. It's just picking a moment in the calendar and just getting it done.
You got to book. Wait, bro. Me to you. Just book something. Just book it.
Oh no, I know. It's happening. Don't worry.
Just book it because you won't go. You know. You'll bro. Your honeymoon is gonna be like my payment for the thingy, fam. My 50 something days, bro.
Oh no, that's not. Yeah. No, that's not coming.
Exactly.
That's not happening.
I thought that's what's gonna happen with your honeymoon.
Nah, it's not. That's happening, bro.
I'm siphoning, bro. I'm siphoning 20p.
First quarter of the year.
I'm siphoning 20p a day. I'm gonna get my money back.
First quarter of this year is happening. That's my plan for next year.
All right, cool. Let's see what happens. You lot, we should do odds. If he's gonna go on honeymoon, I don't think it's happening.
That's hilarious.
You're cheap.
All right. Well, anyway, you lot, Merry Christmas, and you know what I mean, just enjoy the new year. See you in the new year. We're out. Peace. Let's do another. Yo, people, thanks for watching the Undefeated podcast. Make sure you
like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and all that good stuff, man. This is the place to be.